I'm trying to make sure today is not a write-off, but the beams are making me go quite mental. Indeed, this constant beaming is having a severe effect on my mental state. Indeed, I'm sure a psychiatrist would say, oh, he's delusional, etc., but this is not the case because psychologically I am very happy and I am not particularly worried about anything, and I'm very content in life. But I'm experiencing exaggerated emotional states, and this is due to the constant psychotronic beaming that some faction of the British intelligence services is inflicting on me. Now, I've been thinking, what particular faction of British intelligence would be inflicting and perpetrating these psychotronic beaming of me? Because these psychotronic beams began after a specific video where I talked about the cartel operations connected to the device's police, I figure that it must be a British intelligence faction connected to the operations of Devizes and Wiltshire Police. Therefore, an intelligence faction connected to the secretive Masonic lodge that meets in a crypt beneath Wiltshire Police headquarters. Indeed, there are crypts beneath Wiltshire Police headquarters that contain the lodge of Wiltshire Police elite Freemasons, and also contain the massive library of pornography of minors that the Wiltshire Police force have collected through their coordination of Wiltshire rape gangs and their own child trafficking rings. Indeed, these crypts are not known to the majority of the Devizes population, apart from to people that have been taken to those crypts for rituals. And the people that have been taken to those crypts for rituals are usually scared into silence by the Wiltshire police operatives conducting the rituals and the wider Wiltshire police force, who do not want the truth about the Wiltshire police headquarters becoming known. Indeed, it seems that it must be a network of British intelligence connected to Wiltshire police that are perpetrating the psychotronic radioactive beaming of me. Indeed, they most probably interconnect with the original Hellfire Club British intelligence network that began my programming at Grenville Lodge in 2012, because there would naturally be information sharing between the network that did my programming and the network that are carrying out this punishment of me utilizing psychotronic beams, which may in fact just be a continuation of the mind control experiment that began at Grenville Lodge in 2012. Indeed, I've been thinking more about the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst and its coordination of Western intelligence structures, and it seems that the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst is effectively a mafia. It is a series of interconnected cartels. Even the corporations that are connected to this Nazi continuum hydra are themselves mafiosi, effectively. Indeed, the industrialists that run these Nazi corporations are themselves mob. So it's all basically an interconnecting mafia operation. Indeed, these networks do have roots in such networks as the Bavarian Illuminati, but it seems now that although they have secret society rituals, etc., it seems that they are basically just mob and mafia operations, the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst. It is an intelligence network, but it is a mafia also. So it's all very interesting how it connects up. Indeed, the majority of the satanic cults that are run by the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst are fronts for overarching mind control operations. And the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst do seem to have an overwhelming controlling percentage of the British, American, and French intelligence structures. Indeed, I also believe that they have high levels of control over Russian intelligence structures also. Indeed, it seems that such networks as the Process Church of the Final Judgment were a direct Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst operation, although they were fronted by British intelligence operatives, who most probably were themselves in the pay of Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst Mafia operations. Indeed, it also seems that the Hand of Death cult that Henry Lee Lucas was connected to, indeed, it seems Henry Lee Lucas was a patsy of some sorts, indeed, in the vein of the schizophrenic ghosts that I have examined in other videos. Indeed, the Hand of Death cult was coordinated by the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst via a CIA conduit network, it seems. So it's very interesting that the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst create these satanic cults for mind control operations and the creation of hypno-programmed assassins that are used to silence witnesses of Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst activities. Indeed, the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst networks are also heavily involved in industrial and corporate espionage operations. Indeed, this network of the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst seem to basically have controlling percentages of the British and American governments also. So they feed on political intrigue and are operative basically as an enormous mafia. I do not doubt that the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst splinters into several factions, but they are effectively an enormous mafia. Indeed, the network that Danny Casolaro termed the Octopus seems to interconnect with the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst. And these networks also seem to have been the inspiration for Ian Fleming's Spectre fictional organization. Indeed, it's all very interesting to consider. Indeed, there were many theories in the 1970s that were touted by paranoids, and indeed I believe paranoids are often right, such as the gemstone file hypothesis, whereby the JFK killing was coordinated by Aristotle Onassis, the Greek mafia boss, who I indeed believe to have been a Don Mech cultist, interestingly, and that his networks of fascists and ex-Nazis basically running an enormous criminal operation that was somehow threatened by the operations of JFK. So I haven't come to a conclusion on that Aristotle Onassis involvement in the hit on JFK, though it does seem that the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst were connected to it, and Aristotle Onassis was heavily interlinked with the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst through fascist and Nazi networks. So it is all interconnecting. Indeed, the paranoid genius Jim Keith surmised that JFK was assassinated by Freemasons as a sacrifice to what the Freemasons believed to be extraterrestrial demons, which is another very interesting theory, and one I would certainly not discard. It seems that there would have been British intelligence intrigues surrounding the JFK assassination, which would immediately point to the activities of Freemasonry and the whole killing of the king ritual as a Masonic sacrifice. However, I believe that these networks were superseded by the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst organization. However, the German Templar orders have significant sacrificial rites also. So it does all seem to be interconnecting that the murder of JFK was a ritual slaying, and it seems to have been coordinated by hitmen connected to the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst, who set up microchipped Patsy Lee Harvey Oswald to take the fall. Indeed, I believe basically all of the networks that have been accused of involvement in the JFK assassination had some part to play in it. So, indeed, the JFK assassination really is a never-ending rabbit hole and a veritable black hole for conspiracy researchers to go down. So I haven't actually made a full conclusion on it yet, and I doubt I ever will. Indeed, most of the things I talk about, I highly doubt I'm ever going to make a full conclusion on anything. Indeed, academics dislike me because they believe I operate in conjecture and that the majority of my theories are based in certain delusions, grudges, and fixations associated with mental illness. Indeed, this may be the case, but I enjoy doing what I do, and I don't see myself as an academic in that sense. I consider myself to be more of a mystic these days, indeed, a mystic in connection with cosmic intelligence, working on the decoding of intelligence machinations. That is my remit. I'm not interested in academia in that regard. Indeed, it does seem that there's a problem in the conspiracy theory circuit. Indeed, there are many conspiracy theorists who constantly dismiss paranoid schizophrenic conspiracy theorists. And there does seem to be a lot of sanism within the conspiracy scene. However, these people, not having these people's approval doesn't really bother me. And I'm going to continue talking about what I talk about. Indeed, it's interesting to consider whether or not there is an ongoing conflict going on between the Mafia operations of the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst and the established Masonic networks of Britain and America. Indeed, the Masons themselves are divided into warring factions, and I also believe that they are in factional conflict with the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst continuum networks. So it's all very interesting indeed. The Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst have penetrated the Masonic lodges of Britain and America through the Ordo Templi Orientis, which is a branch of Abwehr intelligence disguised as an occult order, basically. Indeed, this seems to be the case with many occult orders. They are merely disguised intelligence operations. The most notable being the Temple of Set, which is a very obvious intelligence operation with Michael Aquino, the Order of Malta initiate and high-ranking intelligence operative of the National Security Agency, being at the pinnacle of this network. I believe he's dead now, though, but he definitely seems to have been interconnected with child trafficking operations run by the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst cartels. So it's all interconnecting. Indeed, I'm noticing I do tend to repeat myself a lot in these videos, but this is because I have to maintain a trail of thought. And I do tend to recover a lot of old ground, and I hope it's not annoying anyone that I do that. Indeed, the beaming is making it rather difficult to create content at the moment. So these videos at times can be a little bit disjointed. Indeed, I am going to investigate further the conflict between the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst cartels and the established Masonic networks of Britain and America. It seems that the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst have been in the ascendancy since the Second World War and have basically infiltrated not only corporations through industrial espionage, but the Masonic Lodge networks through the Ordo Templi Orientis rites, which are now predominant in British and American Masonic lodges, and also the intelligence agencies, with the Nazi intelligence structure penetrating the British and American intelligence structures, beginning as soon as the Second World War hostilities ceased. So it's all basically interconnecting. Indeed, although I stated in the last video that I don't want to start analyzing everything as a unipolar concept, it does seem that much of the activities do have an overarching organization, and I do believe this to be the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst. Indeed, the Octopus seems to have been a branch of this network, even although Danny Casolaro theorized that the Octopus was basically born as a collaboration between British MI6 operatives and United States former Office of Strategic Services operatives that were now CIA operatives in Albania, in a coordinated network with what was to become the Albanian Mafia, basically. Indeed, I do not doubt that the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst Continuum were heavily involved in this process, as they had been organizing a mega cartel that not only consisted of 7,000 corporate fronts, but also of various organized crime networks and supposedly former intelligence operatives of various nations' intelligence and security services that all came together. Such networks as the Ustasha networks that were part of the Croatian intelligence networks during the Second World War, and also various networks such as the Japanese Yakuza. Indeed, all of these networks were kind of joined in a large cartel, which at one point had their headquarters in Franco's Spain. So, indeed, as I stated before, the Rockefellers' private intelligence network basically cleared the way for the Nazi exile to South America after the Second World War. Indeed, during the years leading up to the Second World War and during the Second World War itself, the Rockefeller private intelligence network was basically making the conditions right for the transplantation of much of the Nazi structure to South America, which directly interlinks with the beginning of the mass trade of narcotics and the rise of the South American narcotics cartels, who themselves seem to be subordinate to Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst operatives. Indeed, Klaus Barbie in Bolivia had a key part to play in the creation of various cartels. Indeed, the Medellin cartel was directly set up by the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst. Indeed, most probably a vast majority of the cartels were set up by the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst. And it's interesting to consider that the main target of the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst in this regard was the United States. And it seems that the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst wanted to weaken the United States, which indicates that there may have been a conflict going on between the German networks and the Anglo-American Masonic lodges, but it could just be that the Anglo-American Masonic lodges and the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst cartels are actually working together, though everything is factional, as I previously explained, and everything also seems to be interconnecting somewhere. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there.